Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, and thank you so much for stopping by again today to watch this video. So, today's video, I'm going to be talking about more issues with the visitor visa to Canada and the possibilities of changing the visitor visa in Canada that a lot of international students still don't understand. So if you are new to the channel, my name is Milton Fonkwa. I am equally the chairman of the Broke community. Thank you so much for joining today. So like I said, we are going to be talking today about the issues that a lot of international students are facing. Some do not understand what a visitor visa is. Some do not know what it takes to get a visitor visa, and others do not know the chances that or some of the things they need to do when they arrive Canada in order to convert their visitors visa to working permits or study permits in order to stay longer. If you are part of these people, then you met the right video. So like I said, the first thing I want to talk about, I will be talking on a visitor visa relating it to working permit. Then after this, I'm going to talk about visitor visa and relate it to study permit, right? Let's jump right into the video. Now, a visitor visa is a visa you are going to collect from IRCC or the Canadian government. And with a visitor visa, you are going to be visiting Canada for 6 months, not more than 6 months. And after 6 months elapses, you have to return back to your home country. Another thing a lot of people are fooling so many of us who are watching this video now is that when they just hear that a visitor visa is 4 years, yay, they just want to go to Canada because they are getting a visa for 4 years. Most of the people I have spoke to in the past couple of days, they do not know what they are getting themselves into. One, if you get a visitor visa, right, with this visa, remember, I understand we are all looking for greener pastures and we are looking for possibilities where we can get a good life for ourselves and our families, right? A visitor visa, according to the Canadian government, you can convert that visa to a working permit when you arrive Canada. This is the first part of the video. But first, have you talked about the things that you need to know? When you use a visitor visa, when you apply for it, they can give you for maybe 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, depending on your passport duration. Now remember, it is your passport duration and it is also a multiple entry visa, which means you can go to Canada, come back, go again, come back. That is why they said the visa is a multiple entry visa. Now, when you are getting this visa or when you are moving to Canada, you have to put two things at the back of your mind. Are you going to return, or if you are not going to come back? No problem. Then you have to look for a way to convert this visa. For you to convert this visa to a working permit, first, when you enter Canada, you have to find an employer. Please listen attentively so you understand. You need to find an employer who is willing and who has the mindset or who have seen some skills in you and is willing to hire you to work with them or him. So if this employer finds you good and wants to hire you to work with them, they will now need to go and apply for a document called LMIA, which is the Labor Market Impact Assessment. And with this Labor Market Impact Assessment, you are going to convert your visa from a visitor visa to a working visa. But first, it is their employer who is going to apply for this document for you from the local government. And it takes time and it takes a lot of longer for some people to get this LMIA, because they need to look at your files, they need to assess you to give you the LMIA. Now, when your employer is going to apply for this LMIA, your employer needs to tell the Canadian government that, one, he is a recognized and qualified employer to hire a foreigner on a visitor's visa. Two, your employer needs to prove to the Canadian government that he actually advertised the job they want to give to you for 28 days and nobody who is a citizen or a permanent resident in Canada took that job or asked for the job or collected that job. These are the things. Three, your employer needs to prove to the Canadian government that there is nobody who is qualified to take this job. And of course, this job who is qualified to take the job, and this job has been advertised for at least 28 days and nobody took it. So this is why they are applying for the LMIA to give to you, so you can go convert your visitor visa to a working visa and then work with them subsequently, because they need your services. Only after this, your employer, which is not all employers, some employers will not want to even communicate with you again as soon as they realize that you are on a visitor's visa, because they know they have to lose £1,000, $1,000, Canadian dollars, that's the CAD, for them to get you this LMIA. And for some people now, they do not know. Some of these people, I don't want to mention their names, they keep extorting money from you, telling you they are going to give you that LMIA. It's a big fat lie. Nobody outside here can give you that document. If you are in Canada, they can give you in there. But when they are still telling you they will give you and this, you have to pay $1,000, guys, don't fall for that trick. It's a big fat lie. Okay, some people have been woo already. When you don't I hope you understand the meaning of woo already. They have been woo and they lost their money. I advised them, they didn't listen to me, and they went ahead behind my back, and now they are coming back to tell me they were wooed. There is nothing I can do. The money gone already. So you have to put this into consideration. Until then, when the LMIA is ready, you can then go now and convert your visitor visa to a working permit. Okay, then you will now work. And remember, you are now working under a closed work permit. It's not like an open work permit in case you are a student or if you move to Canada with a permanent residency. Okay, your own is a closed work permit. You work only for that particular employer till the contract expires. So you have to note all of this. Now, a lot of people, they get deceived that they are going to do LMIA for them, and before you know, you pay money and you don't get them again. And other people, they get fake job offers and a whole lot of others. Even on Job Bank, there are fake job offers coming to people now. So you have to be careful. I keep saying this thing, that the best possible way to move to Canada is PR pathway and the student pathway. Okay, but if you think that the visitor visa is the best you can get, I am just a messenger, then you should think and think again. Think and think very well before you engage yourself. Now, that is the first option of changing the visitor visa to a working permit, which is not an easy task. Remember, you are doing all of this under 6 months. After 6 months elapses, you are illegal if you have not changed that visitor visa to a working permit. You have to exit Canada, or you apply for extension, and in most cases you still need to prove why you need an extension in Canada. The second option is you can apply for a school. Okay, you can apply for a study permit in Canada when you enter Canada, and you can apply for a study permit in there with a visitor's visa. Now, how is it done, and what are some of the things you need to put into consideration? If you are, let's say you go to Canada with a visitor visa and you want to convert that visitor visa to a study permit, there is also a procedure. I'm making this video because I believe a lot of us still don't know this, and I want you to watch this video. If you think the video is interesting, or if you find it worthy, please share to some family members to watch again, because I know a lot of us, we are considering the visitor visa pathway, and I'm here to share this knowledge with you. Now, when you land in Canada with a visitor visa and your intention is to maybe convert that visitor visa to a student permit, understand that one, you need to do a short course of 3 months. All right, and these short courses for 3 months, sometimes they are very expensive. All right, English for academic preparation is an example. They are very expensive, and first you have to use money to register for them and do the course. After you finish the course, remember, this course is for 3 months, and 3 months is gone already. You are left with 3 months to be ineligible or to be illegal. Right now, the next option is, after you finish the course for 3 months, you have to then apply for a college or a university. When you get the admissions offer for a college or a university, that is when you are now going to use your student admissions offer or your admissions offer to apply for a student permit. Remember, this time you are still in Canada. Now, let's assume that maybe you take maybe another 1 month to get your offer letter from a college in Canada, and you are now billing for your student permit to convert that visitor visa to a student permit. All right, you still need to look for all those documents that if you were in Africa, you will look for them and apply for the study visa. Bank statement, everything, letter of explanation, you still need all those documents and proof of funds, all to submit again for your visitor visa. You need to put this into consideration. It is very, very important, and a lot of people don't know this and they keep falling into the trap. Now remember, this visa is not a guaranteed visa. You may not get it, and you need to still explain why you need a study visa inside of Canada, and why didn't you apply from outside, or why don't you go and apply from outside of Canada. You understand? You need to still explain this, and after that they are going to look at your credibility, or the credibility of your documents, and the accessibility of your proof of funds, or maybe the credibility as well, before they are going to grant you the student permit, okay, or the student visa while you are already in Canada. Remember this process, you are already in Canada. So this is how it works. It is a lengthy process and it's going to cost you a lot of money. So you have to be mentally prepared and financially prepared as well. Because like I always say, a lot of people don't know this thing. When an agent tells you that you are going to get a 4-year visa, I will give you a 10 years visa. Some of you think that you go and you stay in Canada for 10 years. No, maximum is 6 months. You have to exit. Okay, if you don't exit, you are illegal and you would be, you understand, you will be. So these are some of the things you need to put into consideration. Me personally, I would say that if you have to choose, take a student visa, take PR pathway, take a working visa. If you have your genuine work offers from employers, then you move into Canada. But if visitor visa is the only way, the hard way, the only way, then take it. Now, let me say this here before I proceed. Do you know that the processing time for visitor visa in Cameroon now, as of the time you are watching this, you know that not 200, 320 days. If you don't know that, check from IRCC. Do you know that the processing time for visitor visa in Nigeria, as I speak and as you watch this video, is 333 days? All right, now calculate this time. That is close to a year. Are you going to apply for a visa and sit down and wait for close to a year? Well, the answer is yes and the answer is no. First, if you are dealing with Canada, anything visa to Canada, even the permanent residency pathway, is still time consuming. You need to be patient. This is my first advice for you. You need to be patient, and Canada will teach you how to be patient. That is the truth. Again, before you engage into this visitor visa option, weigh your chances and see where you actually belong, because it is not going to be maybe an easy thing. It is a long ride that you have to go into it. All right, and if you don't have finance enough, it may drain you a lot. So I'm just explaining this issue so that you put them into consideration. Now, another thing is, you should understand that with time, visitors visa would not be accepted, all right, because of too much influx of internationals into this country. Everybody wants to jackpot. I really don't know why, but the way it is, almost 60 to 70% of Africans wants to leave. Okay, so you have to consider your chances, you have to consider your choice, and look very well into your application to know if everything is okay. Now, we have talked about the visitor visa option, and I will encourage you guys to know that first, you should try school route. And remember, school route is going to be very expensive, and school route, against as it stands right now, is not the best because it's very expensive, and the Canadian government is even negotiating or thinking of maybe reducing the number of student visas given per year. If you didn't know, every year each country has a particular number cut off they need in their country, the particular number of students they need in their country. So as soon as they have issued the visas and this maximum is reached, they cannot give you any visa again. So in essence, always try to put your visa application as early as possible so as you stand a chance to go in. I hope you understand. For a video on the documents you need for a visitor visa, or the documents you need to apply for the visitor visa, please check my other videos. You are going to find a video there. You can just say documents for visitor visa / Milton Fonkwa on YouTube. Search that on YouTube. You are going to find me or find the videos. Okay, then you watch them. I believe it is very important this way to go about this. If you didn't understand anything, please let me know below. If you are watching me from Africa or anywhere around the world, let me know below so I can say hello to you. Thank you so much, guys. Till we meet again in another one. Peace.